What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Thursday night. Appreciate you taking the time here, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, becoming members, hyping these videos up. But we're here for the top matchups like we are most Thursdays, except all these games that are on Saturdays and Mondays and Tuesdays. I don't even know what's going on anymore. But we got a Sunday 1 o'clock game, and we're here to talk about it Thursday night before this Thursday night football game starts. Those of you, your fantasy playoffs beginning tonight. Best of luck to all of you. We wait and see who comes and gets it next week. But let's rock and roll here. Got some information for you, of course, in the form of the injury reports, how these teams look, how they're doing, heading into this matchup, and then, of course, those top matchups. Would love to hear your thoughts, though. Any questions, comments you have, please feel free to add them down below. Did have a little bit of news. You know, Myles Hinton, his 21-day window closed before he came off of IR. His window closing means his season has closed. So Cameron Williams has 21 days. Same thing for this rookie. We'll see if in 3 weeks he can be ready. Don't know where the narratives are that these guys are starting, that, you know, how he failed. I saw a lot of stuff because Myles Hinton wasn't activated. Don't know where that comes from, but no doubt, man, just a rookie that was going to be third string. But not playing. So let's look at the updated injury report for both teams here and get this bad boy started. The Eagles, Landon Dickerson did not practice, so going the opposite direction of what we wanted to see. But, hey, maybe he could use this rest against the Raiders team. Brett Toth, come on in. Now, Fred Johnson is limited. My God, if he's out, well, then we're going to need Matt Pryor to step in. So, oh, Lord, Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson still not practicing. Could miss another game. Wouldn't be surprised there. Then you've got Bond, who is full participant, and Charlie Hewlett, who's probably going to come off of IR by Saturday. So I'll keep you up to date with all of that. Tomorrow is the game status report. We'll know who's out, who's questionable. Tune in then. And then with the Raiders, here's some important news for them. A lot of guys bumped up to limited. Jamal Adams, Chin, Crosby, and then Ian Thomas. You have Michael Mayer going from limited to full, and then Dante Thornton going from limited to full as well. Did not practice was Raheem Mostert, who was not on the list yesterday, but was added today. So maybe just precautious. He's a little bit older, but did not practice today. So I'll keep you up to date tomorrow. Updated game status report. You'll know who's out, who's questionable. I'll let you know then. But let's take a look at what both of these teams look like, and you can see for yourself if any of these players are out, who is going to be the guy that fills in for them. So before we look at those depth charts, I always like to show you the injury list. Guys you're looking for might not be there because, well, they're here. Hinton, we mentioned, same as Lampkin, seasons are over, did not come off on that 21-day window IR in time. Makuba, he could come back. Ojulari, he could come back. Okoronkwo and Van Summeren are done for. Same with Johnny Wilson. You got Cam Williams right now designated to return. So we'll see if he comes back, but none of these guys will be on that depth chart. Again, without Lane Johnson, probably going to see Fred Johnson. If no Landon Dickerson, probably a little bit of Brett Toth in there. Guy that can help us at center, guard, tackle. We'll see what goes down there. But everybody else seems to be healthy, ready to rock and roll there. So great news. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Jordan Davis, Moro Ojomo, Byron Young, time to step it up. Byron Young really did step it up last game. Jordan Davis continues to this season. So hell yeah. But if Carter's out, next man up. And you can see everybody else here listed, and Marcus Epps starting instead of Sidney Brown, I think, was much better. Dory Jackson continues to do well. So this defense continuing to improve, get better here, help this team out. Special teams department, we've got Covey now as the punt returner with Gibson gone. So the little man was getting it done last game. We talked about needing a spark there. He gave us exactly that. Love to see that again this week. So you see the special teams there, and now the practice squad, they can elevate two of these players on Saturday. I will let you know that information, whoever they decide to do that with. Got a couple of receivers, got a couple linemen. There's some options. Interior D linemen, edge guys, secondary guys, whatever you need, you got. Now on to the Raiders here. a very short list of guys on IR, and Colton Miller, their left tackle, could come off of IR. They just added Caillou Blue Kelly the other day, and you can see Mari Cooper will not be there. He retired. So not the only team with people retiring on them. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, Geno Smith probably not going to play. So it's most likely Kenny Pickett from the way they're talking. You see he's not practicing here, old Geno. So let's go. Now, I did change the right guard as I did more research. I noticed Caleb Rogers is actually their right guard. Last weekend before, I think Alex Kappa, the free agent guy, not that dude. So wanted to let you know that change. But you can see Dante Thornton was back in practice. So maybe they get him back after missing a couple of weeks. A lot of young talent here, so don't sleep on this team. But I'll keep you up to date with all the damn injuries they got. And on the defensive side of the ball, too, with big names like Crosby and Chin and Adams. So I will let you know there, but an intriguing defense. We talked about all the pieces they've added, the younger pieces, and Darian Porter, Greedy Vance. So excited to see, this team continue to grow, an exciting young team, but not this Sunday. So you can see the special teams department brought in Old Man River, Raheem Mostert there, who did not practice today. So maybe a little Dylan Laub, Zamir White action as the returners, and then their practice squad. We'll see if they elevate any of these guys. You got Jerry Rice's son, Brendan Coral. Sorry, inside joke. But, hey, maybe they elevate Shedrick Jackson again this week. He had his first career catch. It was a 25-yarder for a touchdown. I know a lot of Raiders fans were excited about that, looking for a little bit of hope toward the future there. Kid's been, playing for a couple of years here out of Auburn, I believe he went to. But, they got some former Eagles as well, Albert O. And you saw on that depth chart, obviously, guys like Tristan McCollum are there, Thomas Booker. So a lot of former Eagles here. Now, let's take a look at how both of these teams have fared so far in this 2025 season. We'll take a look at their coaching staffs and how they've had their teams going so far. So a lot of talk of firing everybody on the Eagles staff. I really just get tired of it every week. I just want them to get it together, figure it out. And really, the players were ass. Interceptions, dropping balls, half-assing it. And I know everybody gets mad at me for saying the players need to play, but they really do, man. The coaches cannot force them to play. So as much as you want to fire Fangio or Padula or Sirianni, hell no. I'm keeping them. Not in week 15. I want to see this team win the Super Bowl, so let the haters hate. I'm flying to the top with my birds. And you can see here, obviously, if you're a stat watcher, it ain't pretty. And they've obviously, I added a portion at the bottom there, the penalties. 28th in the league. Now, this doesn't mean offensive penalties and defensive. This means our penalties, 7.5 against us per game, is 28th in the league. And then our opponents is 5.8 penalties per game. So we get some of the most against us and some of the least for the opposing team we're playing. Just letting you know why I keep saying these penalties, are really killing us. Not turning the ball over, but just stupid things, killing drives, killing momentum. Don't want to see it. But defense has been holding us together, top 10 in points, yardage stuff, whatever. Need more sacks, more turnovers, let's go. But you're still number one in the NFC East. And, well, to me, winning is what matters. So time to start winning again because you still have hope of getting that number one seed here in the NFC because the Rams, the Packers, right there in front of you, got a few games left. Let's go do our things. We'll see how, the cookie crumbles, but come on, baby. Let's effing go. I know a lot of people giving up. I will not give up on my Eagles. Let's go. Going up against a, young Raiders team, definitely, not that great so far this year. We talked about it, this, balanced offense and this defense who very, very intrinsic with all of the different fronts they're going to throw at you. And really exciting to see all the pieces they have and how they use them, like Jamal Adams and Jeremy Chin. And yes, it's great. But we talk about, stat watching. If you're stat watching this team, you can see bottom of the barrel when it comes to offense. Then on the defensive side of the ball, still not the greatest, but hey, not bad. When it comes to middle of the pack kind of deal. So you're not the worst on defense. So, hey, man, we struggle on offense. This is kind of one of those games where they bring their D, they run the ball, they've got talented tight end receiver. Hey, anything can happen. So do not sleep on them. Yes, they are 2-11. Yes, they're at the bottom of their division. And yes, they are fighting for the bottom of the AFC with the Titans and, well, for that number one pick in the NFL draft. So, yeah, again, bottom of the barrel. But I'm not here to tell you to sleep on anyone. I always say each week is the NFL. It's what I love about it. But this Eagles team has struggled mightily, and it's time to get it together. I don't care who it is. So if you need to put up 60 points, go ahead. Do it. Being facetious, but honestly, if you want to go ahead and put up like 40, I'm all about that. Please do. You should be able to. Let's talk about how we can do that. So we're going to start it off. And remember, these aren't in specific order. It's just really defense and offense, right? I pick one to go with first, and then we kind of go through it, how I have them labeled within that. So you guys let me know how you feel about maybe your favorite matchup, one you agree with, disagree with, whatever's on your mind. I'd love to hear from you. But we're going to start it off with the Eagles defense. Number 10 here, going up against Kenny Pickett, because it doesn't sound like old Geno is going to be here. And really, this might be a blessing in disguise for them because Geno Smith sucks. Let's be real with ourselves here. And he has 2,600 yards, over 200 yards per game, 16 touchdowns, but he has 14 interceptions. That's Geno Smith I'm talking about. And he's been sacked 49 times. They give up the most sacks in the league. Holy hell. But then you get old Kenny Pickett coming in last week, and he did pretty well against the Broncos, who have a pretty good defense. And, well, we remember with the Broncos. I'm not going to talk about it. 8 for 11. 97 yards, a touchdown. He was sacked once, but Kenny Pickett came out and played. And you don't think he's going to come in here and want to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, man? Oh, dude, anybody who gets a chance like that is childhood team who we just played for and won a Super Bowl ring with. That's awesome, but, dog, we're going to put you in the dirt. So this Eagles defense last week decided to come back. Thank you, Lord, and we needed them desperately. And they tried and tried and tried, and there were times they failed, of course, but the offense put them in very precarious positions. So we'll hope that it's not that way this week, and this defense can just pounce on them over and over again, not be tired, and let's stay healthy, please, for the love of God. And, well, we can get to old Kenny by busting up this offensive line. And we talk about, these guys, and I think that, we have vastly improved. The first 7 games, I think we had 12 sacks, and then the last 6 games we've had 20 sacks. So it's really been improving because of Jalen Phillips and getting Nolan Smith back, and BG really hasn't done much. But you're going to be without Carter. That sucks. But next man up, man. I don't know what else to tell you. We talk about they give up sacks, not running the ball well. Dog, there is no reason. I don't care about injuries. You get after the quarterback, running back, whoever you need to. Get pissed off, get angry, and put some people in the dirt. Please and thank you. And, well, we can do that by locking up some of these receivers they have. And, look, Trey Tucker, an intriguing young guy, little guy. They brought in Tyler Lockett to pair back with Pete Carroll. You've got Besh there and Thornton, the rookies. So we'll see how these young guys fare. But, dog, Dory Jackson's really been stepping up, and we have the best cornerback trio in the game. I'm just going to say that. So if you can't shut these guys down, I don't know what to tell you. Quentin Mitchell has been lights out all season. Cooper DeJean proving why he's the best nickel in the game. No excuses here. You can't shut these young receivers down, and maybe give a little bit of help to some of these linebackers and safeties because, well, they got Brock Bowers at tight end, and, well, they were using a little bit of the big man Ian Thomas too. So got a little bit of a dosage of both these guys, but really Brock Bowers, you need to shut him down. And with, City Brown, that was kind of scary, but Epps makes you feel a little more comfortable with Makuba out. So, hey, man, do whatever you got to do. Linebackers, safeties, whoever's, got the work. If Coop's on them, somebody. You better shut down Brock Bowers. We know this dude is a monster, and, you better. Now, we've done great against tight end, so I'm just pointing it out, but let's not have one of those games. But number 6 here, the final one for the Raiders offense, I'm going with Ashton Jeanty. And I know he hasn't had the greatest of years, so you're thinking, what the? Only 665 yards. He's averaging 3.5 yards per carry, only 4 touchdowns, 51 yards per game. Now, he's only fumbled one time, though. It's just you play for the Raiders. Your quarterback sucks. Your offensive line sucks. You don't have many receivers. You traded the one good one you had. So, yeah, that sucks. But Jeanty is very talented. We know who he is. And the old man, Raheem Mostert, their former Philadelphia Eagle, is somebody that, can spell him. He will come in for maybe 30% of the snaps there. But, look, a 1-2 punch that you don't want to sleep on. And this Eagles team got ran over by Swift and Monangai, who are talented backs, but unacceptable, man. And this is a worse team. So you really shouldn't be able to. But I haven't been using John Campbell, so I took his name off the list. Maybe they'll finally use him. But you got Dean, you got Bond, who play lights out. stop this run game, put it in the hands of Kenny Pickett, little small hands, and let's beat the living hell out of them, please, and thank you. Now, moving on to the Eagles offense up against this Raiders defense. I'm going to start it off with Goddard, my dog, right in the middle. We finally started getting him involved. It got my wish. Hey, ran the ball. We got Goddard. We got all the stats. I don't care about stats. I want wins. Now, Latu, I've talked about it. He needs to be used as that tight end too, rather than Calcaterra. If you're blocking, doing whatever, the guy can catch, but he can block. Calcaterra cannot block. Please stop doing that, for the love of God. But then, when you look at Goddard's season, he's had 481 yards, 10 yards per catch, 7 touchdowns. The dude needs to get the ball in his hands. He's one of the better tight ends in the game, and I'm sick and tired of saying it. So do some work. Now, the way they use their guys is really intriguing to watch. They've got Chin and Polamalu there, Lonnie Johnson, and Jeremy Chin they use as a nickel cornerback, that big nickel a lot of the time. And that we talk about those chess pieces that they have. And, you'll see Polamalu and Johnson back there at safety then when he's doing. So a lot of fun stuff to watch there. But they're going to be trying their best to shut down Goddard, but also A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, and a little Darius Cooper now. So we're going to need some help from Eric Stokes, the rookie, Darian Porter, rookie, Greedy Vance. And as I mentioned, you'll see Chin playing some nickel corner here as well. Porter going to replace Caillou Blue Kelly on the outside there. Darian Porter, if you remember in the draft, we talked about it. Really love that kid. An exciting future, but about to be burnt toast here on Sunday. So, honestly, though, this is a young, fun room of corners here for the Raiders. If I were a fan, I would be excited about the future. I know it probably sucks being 2-11, but you do have a promising future, and this is the kind of game where you're going up against the top dog. They're going to play with, their hearts, man. They're going to put it all out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Now, let's get into the top 3 here. And at number 3, let's run the damn ball. Said it all damn week last week and finally got our wish. He runs all over him. Yay. And then we lose the game. Anyway, okay. So that's great. Get Barkley, but also Bigsby and Shipley involved. We've talked about it. Not so much Shipley, don't care, but Bigsby. Spell Barkley. Have him ready, fresh for the playoffs. Just a harder, straight line runner where we kind of need that right now. With the injury to the O-line, I think it would be a good idea to use both of them. Whatever, man. If they don't want to, that's on them. And look, this Raiders team got some good linebackers. You got Devin White there, Landon Roberts, and then Jamal Adams getting moved to linebacker there with this defense. And another one of those fun chess pieces. But, getting a little older, a little bigger, you can see, obviously Devin White, former Eagle there, he's going to want to do all he can to get his get back. And I've seen a lot of people talk about a great season he's having. He's having a horrible season. He just has a lot of tackles because the Raiders suck and teams are running all the time. So, yeah. But let's put him in the dirt as well. Let's break some ankles here. Let's do our thing. Run the ball all over them. We talked about the pass game, run game. That all becomes a reality if this offensive line can start blocking. So at number 2 here, please, God, Mailata, stop with the mistakes. We need you to be the guy to step up because we might not have Dickerson. And we don't know which Johnson is going to be. Most likely Fred, but if he's not there, it could be Matt Pryor. So, we could be looking at Toth and Pryor instead of Dickerson and Johnson. And that's kind of scary because, you're looking at Max Crosby. You got Snowden, Tyree Wilson, Laulu there, Butler, and then former Eagle Thomas Booker. So, look, man, they're going to come at us. They're going to bring the heat. They know a lot of teams like to try to bring the heat. Hurts is great against the rush, the blitz. If you can block for him, that'd be great. Need a couple more seconds here to figure some things out. Let's get the play calling continuing to grow. And I just really get scared because this offensive line, we know even with backups, they can be good. Just the mistakes and stupid stuff, you're going to get somebody hurt, and you're going to continue to lose games you should win when you do that stuff. So clean it up, man. Let this be the game. I know they've got – this is the one spot where they do have a lot of talent. I don't care. Step it up. Let's go. Prove it to us, but most importantly, yourself. Now, at number 1, if you do all those things, you make things much easier for QB1, Jalen Hurts. Now, this dude has done it all season, or all the years he's been here. He goes out and puts it all on the line. He wins us games that we should have no business being in. I love it. Now, last week, he had himself quite a little stinker there with 4 interceptions, the 1 fumble. That was bad. But people have bad games. I've seen Mahomes. I've seen Herbert. I've seen Josh Allen a lot of times. Lamar Jackson a lot of times. I don't care. It happens, man. If you've ever played football, people have bad games. Whatever, dude. It's hilarious to watch the narratives and how much Philly media and fans hate the Eagles and how much the outsiders hate the Eagles too. And we diehards and sickos just got to laugh it off, man. They hate us because they ain't us. And Jalen Hurts truly is him. And that breaks people with weak mindsets. And that's what those people are. So, of course, they're going to hate him. He is something they could never be. And they have been talking crap about this kid for 5 years, and he has continuously proved them wrong. Well, he can't win. Well, he can't do that. Can't do each year. And see old Jamal Adams' ass over there talking about him. Get a little beefier, right, linebacker? But, look, they can talk about all they want. You know, Jalen Hurts can't do this, that. It's always, well, oh, he can't pass the ball, so he starts passing. Well, now he doesn't run the ball, so he runs the ball. Well, he can't win in the playoffs, then he wins in the playoffs. Well, you need to win the Super Bowl, then he wins the Super Bowl. The moving the goalpost is insane to me. And me being the only person, content creator that supported Jalen Hurts from the beginning, it was hilarious to watch. And now I watch these people because they act like fans. And then as soon as things get a little tough, they flip so quick, man. It's embarrassing. And then you have ESPN and all these places. I've seen the clips just making fun of us. It sucks that we are now known as the new Cowboys style fan. That blows. I've done my best to counteract the media. Fans have hated me for it. Luckily, I have you sickos. You know, there's only a few of us diehards left, and that's really sad to say because we were the most diehard team I ever have seen in my life. But to watch the media and these new fans just give us such a bad name and make us look like we're Cowboys fans, just quit. I hate it. So I'm going to keep standing tall for my birds. I'm going to hope they fly right into this game and whoop some Raider ass. Now, if you're with me, you know what 2 words I'm looking for. So leave them down below. But maybe you got something else. You got a favorite top matchup. You got a score prediction, a player of the game, whatever is on your mind. I'd love to hear from you. Always down to talk some birds. But if you enjoyed this video, got anything from it, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe down below. Become a member. Hype these bad boys up. Whatever you can do. I really, really do appreciate you. Can't thank you enough. But again, that is all I have for you. You know, if you need anything else, especially during these holidays, please feel free to reach out. I'm always here for you guys as you are for me. I love each and every one of you. Hope you're having yourself a great week. Tomorrow's Friday. Let's go. And I will see you tomorrow for that game status report. But until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!